Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Siran, and I'm going to be doing a special tutorial video for Unearned Bounty to clear up some advanced features of the game. I'm going to use a ship known as the Dragon Ship, or Spitting Dragon, also known as Dragon Ship. It has a flamethrower special ability, but that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about is some of the features in the games and parts that you don't know about. Everybody has their own custom builds, but I normally start off with going off with first sails. In my opinion, getting your sales up is the first priority. I have active 7 bots, and it's going to be me against the bots for a little bit, for the duration of this video. But I wanted to touch up on some things. As you can see, a player has a golden skull over their head. That denominates that they are in first place at the moment. So whoever has the golden skull, you always know who's in first place, and where they're at. Their icon on the minimap also turns a bright gold instead of a red. On the minimap, your icon is green. Now, if you are in first place, your icon will still be green to you, but gold to them. Also, let me explain what just happened. I got hit with a ship that decided to ram into me. This is another feature on how you can fight. You can either shoot your cannons, use your special abilities, or ram into the other. Depending on where you ram is how much damage you will take, because both parties will receive damage ramming. Head-on attacks will kill you, but it also heavily damage you. And be wary. If a player has more hull than you, they will instantly kill you and live on a head-on collision. I might as well take time to explain about trade ships. Trade ships are your way of getting gold and infamy, along with killing other players. Okay, yeah. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick. I have 2 upgrades. Watch what happens when I die to a trade ship. Watch my upgrades. I lost 2 upgrade points. Normally when you die, you lose 1 upgrade point. And if you die to, say, an island, or you die to a trade ship, you will lose 2 points, and you will also lose a ton of infamy. Because if you notice, I had a lot of infamy, and then it just sort of disappeared. That's intended into the game. So avoid trying to kill yourself on trade ships and dying to them. And avoid running into the islands. It'll cost you dearly at this point. Here, I'm going to ram the ship from behind. As you can see, I took very little damage from ramming it from behind, and it blew up. Let's go for a little head-on collision. Ooh, that one just got blown up. Alright. Let me upgrade my hull first. There we go. Now I have max hull. At max hull, you'll have 750 hit points. I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to head on with that trade ship. Watch my HP bar. It's at 750 right now. Running on it took off a lot of health. And that is intended because it's 2 head-ons. Now watch my HP, what happens when I hit it from behind. Hardly the same amount of damage. It all makes a difference on where you hit. Alright. I guess next I'll get into the special features and whatnot. As you've seen me playing Dragon Ship, Dragon Ship, or Spitting Dragon, has a flamethrower that you can activate with spacebar. Spacebar is how to toggle your abilities. As I said, it does flamethrowers. Now let's go ahead and back up into the lobby, and I'm going to do another battle, but I'm going to do it in custom and only have 1 bot. I'll show you more of the ships. We've got the Brigand, the Ghastly Crow, and the Ironhorns left to explain. We're going to go with my next favorite ship, the Ironhorns. Ironhorn's special ability is it has a charge. And what I mean by charge is, this ship is ideal for ramming other players and other ships. Forgive the lack of chaos, but I've only got 1 bot as opposed to 7 others. And here's what I mean about ramming. I'm going to go head on with this, and I'm going to hit spacebar. You charge forward. Normally that probably would have killed me. Up, up, up. Yeah, if you get close to islands, you lose a lot of health. So you might want to avoid that. But the ram has a long cooldown, as you can see. Normally, the cooldown is reduced by taking gold from other players and other ships. The same upgrades apply. Next up, we're going to show you the Brigand. Yeah, I'm just going to put in one bot and instead of going for that whole close slots. Next up's the Brigand. The Brigand has two special abilities. One passive, one active. Its passive attack, ability, Its passive ability, you collect gold from every cannonball hit to an enemy, even trade ships. What's with the fireworks? See? Its special ability is you can lob a barrel of TNT at an enemy. My sound's a little glitched. It has a noticeably shorter cooldown compared to the ram. But then again, the ram's one of the most powerful abilities. But every hit you get 3, 4, or 5 gold, depending on what your cannons are. Last up, hang on. Last up, we've got the Ghastly Crow. The Ghastly Crow is a lot different than the other ships that I've covered. Instead of attacking forward with its special ability or from the sides, this one spouts out poison from its rear. If you want a close analogy, think League of Legends Singed, for lack of a better thing. But as you can see, all I gotta do is just turn my ship around, and if anybody follows it, like that NPC, they will take damage from the poison. Wow, he is really chasing me. You can cross your own poison, but I wouldn't recommend going into anybody else's. Your own poison doesn't affect you. I might as well ram into a trade ship to show you something real quick. It has another special feature other than the gas. When you die, you explode into a big old poof of gas. This makes it especially deadly if your enemy was low on health and kills you. You will instantly kill them almost. I don't need to reset the room for this next part that I'm going to show you all. I've covered the hull, I've covered the sails at upgrades, but I'm going to cover the guns now. At level 1, you can fire 3 cannonballs, and they all do 35 damage apiece. But let's get some gold up, and I shall show you the upgrades. Alright. You can also zoom in and out with your mouse wheel. I probably should cover that. And if you hit T, your ship will go transparent, making it easier if you decide to zoom in to see through your ship and into the other. That NPC really wants me. Alright. Upgrade level 1 to your guns. Instead of 3 cannonballs, you shoot 4. Oh, he's going for the ram. More cannonballs makes it more easier for you to down your enemies. But also the load time does increase slightly on your upgrades for your guns. Throughout the game, you'll have many objectives, like right here. You see I have to sink trade ships and I've got 4 out of 5. Completing objectives gives you a bonus to your infamy, but it also gives you a boost to your gold. As you can see, I can have an upgrade now. And now we're at max upgrade for cannons. I now shoot 5 cannonballs for 35 apiece. And as you can see, that trade ship had no chance. The reload time is time is also increased. There are 3 events for the game. Sinking trade ships, which starts off in the early game. Later on in the game, you have to collect barrels or trade goods. The person that has the most trade goods by the time the event ends gets a boost to their infamy, and throughout picking them up, they each give 100 gold, I think it is. The last event is the most coveted. It's called Treasure Island. And I can actually take you to Treasure Island right now. Barring that the NPC doesn't screw me over here. This area right here is called the Treasure Zone. It becomes active towards the late of the game. How this works is a big old ring will come across this island and everybody enters it. You have to be the only person there, kind of like a King of the Hill thing, and take control of it for 20 seconds. You will gain a massive boost to infamy and your gold. Seems like the NPC is shooting for the island again. See, there's a perfect showcase. Yeah, that about covers the bases. As I said, you do not want to run into an island or a trade ship. Here, let's run into this island. Look at my upgrades. Look at my upgrades. 2 upgrades. And my infamy took a big drop from 900, I think it was, to that. So yeah. But that about covers all of the basics that you really need to know. There's a more advanced thing, but I'm not going to give that up just yet. I figured I'd hit the home bases. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy. And I hope to see you out in the battlefield.